Oh, thanks, Noda. Alright, let me rewind. So I'll try to shorten basically my spiel. We're going to wait for one of these 5 lovely, lovely viewers to show up. These are the people that have submitted decks for me to brew from the new subscriber program on my channel. So one of those guys shows up, we're going to do their deck list. As you can see, they give me a little bit of... Some of them give me deck lists or just some ideas. Okay. But in the meantime, I'm going to jam one of my brews just to have a little bit of fun. Oh, well, speak of the devil, Ike's here, so I guess we're going to do Ike's deck. Guess we're doing Ike's deck. So Ike, you had this one. We haven't looked at this one yet live on stream. I looked at it off stream. So what I was thinking was we'll probably keep... Actually, this sounds bad. It has no of the hatching plans. Whatever. It's practice room. I think we still lead off on this Inquisition, though. Also opponent mode 6, so that makes this stronger. Makes it stronger. Oh, he's playing elves. Okay. Can't really take him off the whole Arbor Elf nonsense, but... Well, we could take one and then kill the other one. Tamir Sabertooth. Freaking Sabertooth. I messed around with this card. It's actually better than people give it credit for, I think. Deck is a labor of love. Been playing it since Paper and Eldrazi Winter. Oh man, we're gonna dreadboard that. Never loved been playing it since. Yep, well, can't kill that ramp. We're Grixis. It's good, Balls McGee. Glad you're here too. So we may need to do the roll of a dice. Because I've got Ike in here. This is Ike's list. And I've also got your list. This was the Walker's list we looked at last stream. We may get to both today. If I hurry and maybe we don't put them through a league, I could do both. But I think you guys would rather get the full treatment, you know. Yeah, so this was the Deploy the Gatewatch Walkers. I think you guys would rather get the full-blown treatment. I think we can get away with another basic. I don't have that many black or red requirements, right? We just have an anger. And there's only one in the main. Make it look like we have a bolt. But yeah, it's good, Balls McGee. We might even just roll a dice, you know. BrewSpy don't put it through league. Well, I'd like to. I mean, something I talked about, it wasn't with you, Ike, but... oh man, Predator Ooze. That's going to be hard to remove. I'll have to go over the top of that. I can't remove that. I don't think... Do we have a Dismember? Dismember would take this out. Don't think we have a Dismember. Do you see one? No. No, that's probably going to kill us. Baloth I could kill, but I'm going to actually just Lighthouse here. Balls says, actually, I don't mind waiting till next stream. Yeah, I don't have a long stream today, unfortunately, Balls McGee. That's one of the reasons why I'm going about things the way I said I was. We really need to find an enabler for these plans, but I think this Predator Ooze is just going to go all the way. I don't really have a way to remove it in my colors. I mean, outside of, like, if we were running, like, a Dismember would. You know? Indestructible. It's a rare thing you see... You know, in Modern, but it's certainly powerful here. Maybe that's why the opponents running it because there's plenty of players not on path decks right now. A lot of, you know, push decks being messed around with. Alright, McGee. Well, you guys' attendance is huge. I mean, that's another thing I was thinking about with which one I'm going to pick next, because you guys being here, I don't want to brew the deck without you present, but that may have to happen eventually with some of the deck lists. Once these start to really pile up, I think I may have to start doing that, but I don't want to. And then, you know, the person who submitted it could like go back and watch the VOD, but that's not as much fun. I think it's way more fun to have the live interaction of you and I sitting down to brew a deck. I think we're eventually just going to die to this Predator Roost. For the sake of time, I will get Ike's deck on stream. What's up, MTG? How's it going, Cithrin? I really should say something to my opponent first, though. Hang on. So that would be rude of me. Let's see. What do we have that actually beats that card? Oh my gosh. Didn't seem like he was ramping to big stuff. It looked like he wanted to ramp to 3, but then once he ramps to 3, he doesn't care. Angers probably are good. Damnation. So what's not great? Thoughtseize seems like overkill. The Kolaghan's commands actually we could slim on. These aren't really for this kind of a matchup. Oh, jeez. We'll play it out, I guess. I just like playing this deck. It's still a little unrefined, but you know. Birds. For the birds. I think we will just terminate that. Oh, block, please. That's annoying. Casting Terminate off Steam Vents and Watery Grave. Since these both tap for blue, you gotta slow tap it to cast to terminate. Another birds. A different birds. Ooh. You can get angry. Not yet. Kinda wanna save this to see if we see an enabler. This is to sacrifice Hatching Plans or the Demonic Pacts. Ooh. Would you just fire this off now? Because it gets a 2-for-1? Nah, we can wait. Let's be a little bit greedy. The Bobbird and the Robbird. Yeah, we got greedy. He's tapping for 5. That was dumb of me. This is a Swag Tusk. Yeah, he's choosing modes here. It's a Primal Command. See, we should have just fired off that anger, guys. This is not good. Got a witness. We need the red source. There's plans. I mean, again, I could set up this value train instead of just angering. But now that we've seen Primal Command, I think blowing up the bird here is relevant. I think it was dumb for me not to. Not too sooner, we got greedy. Garrick. Does not bode well for us. Alright, so I guess we'll do Ike's, because I don't know if I have time for a league. Says this. So we're ramping. 4 Thragtusks. Whew. Kaigas. Hello. Hello, Kaiga. Cracking doesn't take him off of the Primal Command, unfortunately. Might still just be better served Perilousing. You know? Why don't we crack though? Because we could. I think we're running some main deck counters. Maybe not. Because we could draw a land and then I could maybe have one of those up. Okay, Inquisition. Okay, well we get to go Inquisition Tazagur. That's not bad. Oh. Okay, so the remaining card in his hand was not Inquisitionable. Yeah, so I mean, I can just. Oh wow, I didn't see the Frost Titans. Okay. Yeah, I can just go card for card on this one. We can mess around with it for a bit before I gotta go. Mind you, we're at 11. We've taken some hits. Let me start figuring out what I don't have for your list, Ike. Don't think I have Frost Titan. Don't think I do. No, it's not Dinkle. We're still in the process of. I think I've decided what I want to do for the foreseeable future on stream, which is I want to fulfill Ike's list. I think that's what I want to do. Would you call it Sultai Ramp? We're gonna call it Bug. Whoa, frickin' Nylea, and she is indeed devotioned. Oh god. Oh, jeez. Yeah, we can't beat that. Good games, man. I'm just happy I got to crack my hatching plans. We're done here. We're done here. We're done here. Bug in a rug. Bong in a blintz. Pipe in a gripe. You can download the list. They're untapped out. Upload it to Modo. Oh, you're right. Hang on. I used to know how to do that. Do I have to log in to do it, though? Hang on. Yeah, you do have to log in to use that feature. Don't remember my login for Tapped Out. It's been a while since I've used it. Appreciate you hitting that follow. I missed you. Thanks, Ragged. Ragged with the kill. Appreciate you. Welcome to the BSMG. Okay, so... yeah, you have to log in to use that feature, it seems. Let's just go back. I don't remember my login. I don't. It'll be more fun to put it together piece by piece, you know? I think. Your friend Okaz's? Cool beans. He just subbed to the channel, actually. So we do have those, even though they don't match. Birds of Paradiso. I could try again, Balls McGee. This is what it says when I hit the download button. And there we go. Cool. Actually, I think it's going to be easier if I go backwards here. If I go the other way, which would be you go to Magic Online and then you do this way. I think it has to be a fresh deck, and then yeah, you're going to import. Downloads. I saved it to my downloads. Show folder. No, I did not. Well, it basically just said there's already a copy of it in that folder to me. What do we name it? Bug Sultai? It just looks to be like a little bit rampy, a little bit value-y. It's not doing what we want it to do, man. Let me try to do it this way. Let me just drag it, see what happens. Just leave the deck list up while I'm trying to figure this darn thing out. This is like not even necessarily saving us any time. I think I would have already had the deck built. This PC, C drive. Where's my Magic Online folder? No, it doesn't. It never does. I'm just going to build it card for card because I think that's just more interesting to see how all the pieces come together anyways. So you got play sets of both arbors and birds. Interesting. Okay, coursers. Also gives me a second to like feature each card and talk about it in brief. But I don't know if I'm going to make any changes to it because I don't know if we're going to have time to take it to a league. But that's what I said about the Esper gifts list, right? Or the 4-color gifts, and then we ended up taking it to a league and ended up 4-1ing with it. Sort of Titans. You have 4 of those. You're rocking 3 Obstinates, Baloths. What are my thoughts on the one that Kaz sent me? I think it needs to be a little more refined. I looked at it, Braggett. Let him know that I would probably try to make it a little more... I have looked at it. I was thinking of trying to make it a little more... So it looks like he's got some spells here he doesn't necessarily need. I guess my first thought was, if this is what he's trying to do, Obsidat's Aid into Omniscience, that's really cool. That's something we haven't tried to do. I think that in itself is really neat. So if we just focus the deck on doing that, that'd be cool. Again, we're doing the main deck leyline thing, which was something that happened in the gifts deck we played, which I still am not a huge fan of. I don't know the point of the Tainted Remedies yet. I've been trying to figure that out since I looked at the list. I don't know about main deck negate. I mean, Esper Charm's a lot of value. I just don't know if it's worth going into 4 colors for. Like, are we trying to Omniscience so we can keep beaconing tomorrow-ing? The issue is if you... And then I looked at the Enter the Infinite. The issue with the Infinite is if you enter the Infinite and then you don't have something like a Lightning Storm and some Spirit Guides, like well, you would need the Spirit Guides if you're trying to do it through Omniscience, but if you enter the Infinite and you don't have something like Lightning Storm in your deck, then you drew your whole deck but you didn't kill them. Like, it looks like his win conditions are specifically Gideon, right? Makes me think of Glittering Omniscience. I mean, I would work with it. I promised I would. I would try to figure out something to do with it. It's a thinker. It's a thinker. You know, I haven't really tried to brew around Obsidat's Aid at all. So there's all sorts of things you can do with it. You could reanimate a Nicol Bolas. You could reanimate an Omniscience. I think both of those are really powerful. So we need to get 3 more Thrag Tusk. Swag Tusk. Now, this version has Go for the Throats. Have you thought about switching to kicks? And by kicks, I mean push. What's a Bellicor? I mean, if you can pull off the black, Victim of the Night is actually a pretty solid removal spell. It looks like the blue is actually very minimal in your list, Ike. Like, you've got Slights, you've got Anticipates, and you've got Frost Titans. Other than that, you're not really a green deck. In Modern, I'm more about mass artifact removal. Like, I would probably run something instead of Crows and Grips. Crows and Grip you usually see more in a format like Legacy, because you need to get the counterbalance off the board. Do like me some Acid Moss though. That's fun. We're ramping. We're destroying their lands. In a way, it's kind of like Tempo, but for green, if that makes sense. Like you're ramping yourself, but you're setting your opponent back. Some Pelucranos. Well, it's just there's a resurgence of Tron right now in Magic Online, so it makes me think. You have 2 Cyclonics, okay. Makes me wonder if we want to be. Makes me wonder if we want to be just 2-color, and then we get access to things like Ghost Quarter. So we can make our Tron matchup better. If the blue doesn't really add much, you know. But I see you want to ramp into some fun cards. So you seem to like Frost Titan and Kaiga, it seems. So why don't I just play it as is, and then we can make some changes as we go. So that is everything except the mana base. No, test 2 Tasker. You're only running 18 lands, even with the ramp. It's a little worrisome. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't have that many overgrown tombs or breeding pools, or I would clean up your mana base. Did you go budgety on purpose? Did you not want to run fetches, or what's a bullshit? Actually, we are a black green deck, so actually we want Verdants. Maybe I'll get a 4th Verdant for this. And then Misty Rainforest is probably better than Delta in this list. Just because of all the 1-drops. Most of your 1-drops are green. So we're going to favor the green shocks, and we're going to favor green fetches in this instance. Yeah, bullshit, we're finally doing it. We've got subs. We're doing... here, I'll type it in chat so you guys can see it. And we're doing sub decks right now. This is a submitted deck. Probably just 1 forest, actually. Well, we could do 2 forests. And then if you want to make it, not cost a million life points, you could like sneak in something like Hinterlands. Those are still fine. Maybe just like a 1-of. We need more breeding pools. Probably want 2 pool for this list, minimum. I don't have any. Yes, I would, Spikio. I'd be happy to. So we need to get another breeding pool. And when I was building this for my son, wife, for me, there's a lot of fun ofs. I went budget mainly because don't own 3 sets of fetches. Gotcha. Well, would you like to see the deck operating with... Would you like to see the deck operating with fetches, or... That's kind of the benefit of what I'm able to do. Like, I'm able to, I have some of my own cards. I also have Card Hoarder I can reach out to. So, let's run 1 Watery, because those aren't the primary colors. You could also argue something like Woodland, the same reason you could consider something like Hinterland. Just painless lands that are duals. Because we're trying to go pretty high up the curve. The most swamp I'd run is 2, and then maybe 1 island. Even though we have blue in the form of Frost Titan. Well, no, Spikio, the way we're doing it right now is we're doing it through subs. The decks I'm doing is through the subs. So check this place out. Check out GameWist.com. It's this link right here. It is the feature that everybody wants off the. I mean, these other things are kind of cool, and I tried to be creative with them, like you getting to add me on your BattleNet or your Magic Online, getting your name in the sub panel, or coming up with your own custom bot command. That reminds me, Ike. I built your thingy. Hang on. I couldn't build you a bot command that did that, but I built you something maybe better. This one's for you, man. Is that kind of what you had in mind? I hope so. That's what I came up with for your... I couldn't do that, though, through MTGBot, so I did it through a different program. Anyway. That's amazing. It also drops bits off in my, I did one for Bill Nye. Don't tell him, but I couldn't do his bot command either. So this was Bill Nye, the CSI guy's bot command. And that one also drops off bits in the jar. Whoa! Sounds like somebody hit the sub button, but it didn't go through. Hang on. Hang on. Somebody totally just hit the sub button. Thank you so much. That's the sound for when somebody hits my sub buttons. Hang on. So we might have a new deck. Okay, maybe it hasn't taken yet. I recognize all these. Anyways, if somebody just subbed, please say so in the chat, because I didn't see the full notification, so I'm curious what happened there. But yeah, if you did, get me that deck list and any other perks you want me to do. Alright, so Ike, let's shave 3 cards from this and play it. Let's stay on task here. So... it's a lot of 1-drop dudes. Could we shave 1? And then... alright, well, let me ask you something. Do you want me to play it stock as is? 'Twas you! Oh, it was you, Bolsha. Bolsha, thank you so much. So yeah, so it says waiting for user input. So the moment you put in these, then I get to go through GameWisp and fulfill them. Thank you so much, Bolsha. Thanks for joining. Welcome to Mission Control. You're now one of my operatives. But yeah, I'll do these as soon as you submit them. I'll do my best to fulfill them. I mean, I've still got a couple to fulfill. Like, I still got one for Balls McGee. But some people, I'm still waiting for them to send me their input, see? So, it's kind of on you guys to put in the benefits, and then it tells me which ones I need to do. So, see, it tells me now I need to do your name in the sub panel. Isn't that neat? Really, really cool piece of software for managing subs. Sub hype! Sub hype! Sub hype! Okay, so let's finish Ike's deck. So let me ask you something, Ike. Do you want me to brew spy this deck, or do you want me to play it as is? So yeah, no, go crazy, man. Well, you said that to the fetches. Do you want me to brew spy this thing, or do you want me to keep it as you had it? Because I could see this deck going 2 totally different directions, which is the direction you set it in, or I could take it someplace. Thanks for hitting that follow button. Appreciate you. You can do whatever you want. I want to see what you do with it. Okay, I would curve this thing. That's the first thing I would do. So we're going from 1s to 3s. Trying to consistently go from 1s to 3s, right? So maybe we don't need the Farseeks as much. And then we need to flesh out our 3s. Kitchen Finks is really good right now. Well, okay, so what are the first question we would need to ask Ike is, why are we in, maybe even 4 of those and spread out. Why are we in Bug? What are the benefits of being Bug versus just green, black, rock? One of the benefits is Snapcaster Mage. So Snapcaster is something you need to consider since we're considering blue. Ancestral is something we need to consider. Are there specifically cards that are in this color combination that could be sweet that we're not thinking about? I mean, you get Snake, Mystic Snake. But that would give us some more 3s. And then, so we could be ramping to 3 to go back and use some of these powerful spells. Is Sleight of Hand really the cantrip that we want to be using? When I think of Sleight of Hand, I think more so of like Storm or Ad Nauseam. I don't think of like a value deck. You know? So I'm just going to pull cards over to the side and we'll think about them. I think Tazgar's spot on. I think Victim of Night is sweet if we can pull off the black. I think because we're 3 color, this is hard. Gosh, I'm just like pulling this thing apart, aren't I? I am just pulling it apart. Black for removal. Blue. Alright, doesn't want to load it up while I'm signed in. Maybe it'll work later. Bullshit, what are you trying to do? On the Game Wisp? The way that these guys are doing it, let me show you some of their input. They were doing it this way. But you don't have to necessarily... Speakio! That's what's supposed to happen, Bullshit. I'm sorry that didn't happen for you, but Bullshit, thank you so much. And Speakio, thank you. Get those deck lists in. Gives me some time to look at them, and then we can come on stream and brew around with them. And if I have time, I'd like to take them through leagues, or at least... If not league, practice room, or maybe like a one-on-one. Sup hype! Sup hype! Thank you. Thank you for that. That is huge. That is thank you. THANKYOU. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so push is something we need to think about. I'm fine with having like something that kills bigger things. If we're gonna have something that kills bigger things, I'd rather be the victim. But like, what about this? Like, push is so good. You know, push could really make Bug like what it needs to be. You know, what it could be, what potentially could be. You know. Lurked in your stream for a while. Nice to finally pull the trigger. Aw, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Are there any ways... I mean, the fact that we were trying Courser, Ike, without fetches worries me. I feel like Courser's so... I mean, of course you want fetches if you're going to run Courser, right? Run some big green finishers. This is a ramp list. Well, so what are the big... Like, what are I'm not thinking like Pernicious, of course, but aren't there some cards that are like Pernicious? Like, that's what I think of when I think of Bug. Like... Of course, we can't run Pernicious D because this is modern, but there are cards that exist that are like Pernicious D, like Gaze of Granite. Like, if you cast Gaze for Granite for 5, it would wipe most modern boards. That would completely destroy an Affinity board. That would completely destroy, or Gaze for 6 would completely destroy. I mean, I'm just trying to think of why do we want to be in this color combination, you know? You like go for the throats to get around spell skites? Your Game Wisp page sticks to loading animation for me right now is what I mean. Oh, okay. Well, bullshit, if it doesn't work, since you're definitely in the subs, you're welcome to reach out to me and give me your deck list other ways. You can give it to me through the Facebook page, through a private message. You can give it to me through a private message on Magic Online, off stream. You can email it to me. I can give you my email. So... you can get me that deck list, bullshit. That's weird that it's doing that to you. You're saying it's not letting you get past the main page? Yeah, I mean, here, let me whisper you my email. This is my Gmail. And you check it on the daily. There you go. Okay, so let's get back to the list. So like something like this is an idea. Let's see what you guys think about that. I've always thought that this is powerful. See the same thing, not sure on game lists to put deck lists. Okay, so I need to look at this from the viewer standpoint. Let me log out. Alright, and then I'll click on the link. Now I just want to see what you guys are running into, because both of you are having the same problem. Let me take a look. Yeah, so you hit the sub button, and then, so when you go into benefits, is it not letting you do this one? Or this one? Is it letting you do the other ones, I guess is my question. Other subs in the channel, Ike, everybody else. Do you know what they're talking about? This will probably prompt me to sub to myself, right? This is good for me, though, because I kind of get to see what you guys see. And then you hit this button. Now, something it doesn't list here that I want you to know is whenever you guys resub, I'll also brew another of your decks. I'll also feature another one of your brews. That's really important. Alright, when you go to the page you just showed, it doesn't say we have permission to edit the page, it just hangs it loading. Balls McGee says, I don't, worked fine for me. Try refreshing it, fix the problem for me. But I access them from my account page. Oh, nice bullshit. You put a picture. Yeah, this is neat. Our own little private chat rooms. Alright, anyways, back to the deck. So, this is something I would consider doing, but that's just because I like... I mean, I've played Pernicious Deed a lot, and obviously this isn't a deed. But this is a deed you can Snapcaster Mage. And then I feel like I'd rather be in Kitchen Finks if we're going to be doing pretty specific board sweepers. And we should consider Damnation, too. Like, Damnation needs to be in the 75, at least one copy. Picture was there already. Oh well, did you sign in? Did you sign up through literally through Twitch? Because that's it would save that picture. What about Sphinx of the Final Word? Okay. Maybe in the sideboard. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to figure out what our benefits are, what kind of... I mean, honestly, with snaps, like, I kind of want to go deeper into blue a little bit. And then I want to swap these for nobles. And then I want to cut... Let's see. I want noble hierarchs instead. And I want... No, it's through Google? Okay. Then I want to cut a bird. So we're really trying to go to 3s with the way this is configured, right? Since we have Tazigers, I want Thought Scours. And because we have Thought Scour, I want... Actually, you know what? Hang on, Ike. I had an idea for a Rampy Bug deck not too long ago that was using some kind of cool engines. It had like a sub-graveyard theme as well. Blue Suns? Hang on. Oh, Thought Scours. Like when I think Taziger, I think Thought Scour. We also had like no hand hate in this thing. Like where are the Thought Seizes and where are the Inquisitions, you know? Inquisition. I like Jace, by the way. Oh. Like a sideboard card. What is this monstrosity? We're brewing around something Ike had for us, and I cannot spell tonight. So Inquisitions, probably do a 3-2 split, just blind. I wouldn't run more than like 2 Go for the Throats. I don't know about Farseek. I kind of... Like, why are we specifically in Bug? Are we gonna have Cryptics? Like, do we wanna fix our mana base so that it can pull off triple blue and run Cryptics? Do we want to go more like Jundi, like play the best colors, play the best cards in our colors, and kind of go? God, what is that 2-drop that has like a sub-graveyard theme? Well, first let's check out this card. Filthy, right? But I could see really having... I guess this would be better in Abzan, though, because then you'd be running like Lingering Souls with this. Maybe that's too deep. To be honest, I don't have any brew ideas right now. Oh, bullshit, that's fine. If you don't have an idea yet and you just wanted to sub to support and get all the other features, that's awesome, bullshit. I really appreciate it. Submit it when you can sometime during this month so you get it. And then every time you sub beyond that, or resub, you can submit a new deck idea. So, Grim Flayers, thank you. I mean, again, I almost want to start going into Taziger. I mean, Tarmogoyf. Keep in mind, Farseek grabs non-basics. Yeah. But again, like we need to make sure we're not, you know, going too far off base. Like, are we trying to play this like a Jund, just in different colors? Or are we trying to play this like... Let me put that over there. I don't think I want those. I wouldn't run more than 2 of those. Maybe a Thrun? But yeah, like why do we want to be in these colors? So these are all questions we need to answer before we kind of move forward. And I'm kind of trying to have that dialogue with you, Ike. Like, why do we want to be in these colors? What are we trying to ramp from what to what? You know, what's our ramping curve? Soonest we would Taziger is actually turn 2. But that would involve a Thought Scour and double fetch, I think, right? Fetch, Thought Scour. No, 1 fetch would do it, and a Thought Scour. But I love the idea of Gaze. I mean, this is fun. Like, the soonest you could cast this, in theory, would be turn 4. That'd be for X's 1. Are there some buck color cards we're not even thinking about? And are there some graveyard shenanigans we could go more into the graveyard? Because again, I think Bug has some really nice, while still being a bit of a fair deck, could have some really nice graveyard interactions. Like seriously, like the Filth. Cards like Filth. Cards like Drown of Filth. Just trying to think what we could have in the graveyard that does something. Ooh, Hakan. Okay, I know where we're going with this deck. Geyser Granite does not work like a charm with the Mana Dorks, I agree. Spelling it wrong. I'm sure I'm spelling it wrong. Scavenging Ooze. Maybe we'll go away from that. I love the idea of Hakan. But that would lend itself more to a Gifts deck, actually. Or like a Knights deck. Probably Gifts or Knights. Put that on the back burner. But like Grimflayer, Drown in Filth, Hakan, that would be a way we could brew it. And then the way you win the deck. I mean, again, that's still probably more of an Abzan deck than it is a Bug deck, although Thoughtscour does kind of go with the whole self-mill theme. Like says, I went Bug because I wanted to ramp into cool things. Try Murderous Cut instead. Okay. Sherman says, Lily, Scour, Flare, what I've been thinking about. Oh, we should certainly have a Scavenging Ooze. I think Ooze is great when you're ramping in the 75. It's a lot of obstinance. Slumgar. What about Consecrated Sphinx? Could we have like a combo in this thing? Is that possible? And if so, what would it involve? Too bad she's white-white. I had an idea. What about Emrakul, Promised Land, or Witness, and Traverses, says Kron? Traverse is interesting. Well, hold on. We're going a lot of different directions now. Let's bring it back home. Let's bring it back home. He says he likes Frost Titan. Let's try to keep that in there. We're actually kind of curving now. Still like the idea of Snap. Maybe we're too greedy color-wise for Cryptic, so maybe that's not what we're doing. Still like the idea of Snapcaster if we're convinced that it's going to be. I mean, again, like with the Snapcaster, I like the Farseek again, because Snap is now potentially a ramp spell again. You know, I don't know if I've run a playset of Farseek, but so you could go from like 1 to 3, but then you Farseek anyway, and then you're going to 5. I mean, the thing is, if we're ramping into something, like I want it to be game ending, you know? Like I want it to just completely win the game. That's my issue with Titan. Like, Titan's powerful, but I don't feel like he's game-ending. Consecrated Sphinx is game-ending against certain decks. I mean, Aetherling. Aetherling is game-winning against certain archetypes. Like, can we ramp to one of these? You know, no offense to Titan, but I wonder if we should be trying to ramp to one of these things and then just, you know, get there. What about Kalitas? What about Decays? Yes. Decay. Yeah, this should have some decays, especially with the snapcasters. I mean, I'm just throwing out some other ideas, eyes. I'm not convinced, you know. It seems like a lot of the 5 or 6 drops we're throwing out, or the 6 drops we keep throwing out here are all blue. Frosty's a pet card of mine. Honestly, though, no offense to Sphinx of the Final Word, like Aetherling kind of... Well, okay, Aetherling, of course, is can be countered, though. Just happen to like that card. Again, these sweepers, again, with all these mana dorks, these sweepers feel kind of awkward, like whether it's Damnation or, you know, the other one I was considering. What about Eldritch Evolution? Evolution's interesting. I mean, at one point, I even wrote an article on that one. That was, let me see, that was a while ago. It wasn't the Card Hoarder article, it was the MTG. But it was like using delve creatures plus evolution. Like a lot of people, Eldritch is interesting. A lot of people, the way they were using their Eldritch evolution was they were using that remove 2 green cards, the Allosaurus guy. Trying to remember how to spell it. What am I thinking of? It's like pitch 2 green and you get like a 7 mana CMC 7 4/4, and then you could evolution that. But what I was proposing a long time ago was you Eldritch Evolution delve creatures. Allosaurus Rider. Thank you. Yeah, so he's a 7. And then you could go to like Elishnorn or Iona or whatever you want. Whereas if you were using Delve creatures, you get to do the same thing without having to pitch 2 green cards from your hand, which would be better in a grindy deck. Like, Tazagur could go to, not Iona, but Tazagur would go to Elishnorn, etc. The only issue is if you draw the Elishnorn or the Iona, and then it's like, well, I'm a bug-colored deck. So then you're better off with like a Grizzlebrand, although hardcasting Grizzles is, you know, but you could turn Tazagur into a Grizzlebrand. Yeah, Hooting Mandrills, Tazagur, Gurmag Angler, you know, those could all become Grizzlebrands. So that's another way we could take this deck, is we could just totally, instead of trying to ramp all the way there, Ike, we could just go straight to Grizzlebrand by evolutioning some of these, you know, delve creatures. And then it would make sense to run things like Filth and Thought Scour and, you know. That's a totally different way to take the deck, and again, I don't want to necessarily just completely destroy what you were trying to do. And that's not even necessarily a blue deck. I mean, it would literally just be blue for Thought Scour and Snapcaster. But it's an idea. It's something I've definitely thought about. Is that a direction you'd like to see the deck go? What's up, Kyrie? Kyrie, we're doing Ike's the deck tech right now. You're very quiet in the chat, Ike. So I feel like I've completely. I feel like between myself and everybody else in the chat, we've completely taken this in a direction you didn't want it to go. Sure, man. I want to see what you do with it. Okay. I mean, this is where I would go with Bug if it were me. Let me try a couple different things now. Okay, so G brands are payoff. We need more Delve creatures. And we need more ways to enable Delve. So, I mean, in this case, like, yes, Tarmogoyf would be fine in the deck, but we just want to make sure we have enough enablers to make sure the Delve creatures happen consistently and quickly enough. So we'll run some amount of this. In addition to the Thought Scour, and then... Okay, so what other Delve threats do we want to run besides Tazagir? I agree, Tazagir is probably the strongest. What are other Delve threats in these colors that turn out to be a Grizzlebrand? Maybe like one Logic Knot would be crazy. Like that card. You're fine, Ike. I hope this is entertaining, at least for you, man, because, you know, this is your sub, so... I also wanted to at some point brew a Soulflayer deck, but it's so hard, and you have to run, like, so many just duds, and it's just a mess. We also need to make sure the Eldritch Evolution has things to do at different levels of the curve when we don't have a Delve creature. Maybe we want some Gurmags, maybe we want some Tombstalkers. Both of which turn into Grizzlebrand. So these are some ideas. Somebody suggested Mandrills. Mandrills also turns into Grizzlebrand, does he not? Also doesn't die to Bolt. This is another 6 if we want like a cheaper Delve threat. Yes, it's a little less powerful than Tombstalker and Angler, but these are really expensive mana-wise. You know? These are pretty up there. So, I mean, going into green, that would give us more 6s. And 6, of course, with Evolution still goes to Grizzlebrand, so maybe we want to keep the curve lower. I could see running maybe even 3 Mandrills since, you know, they're not legendary. So we can do like a 3-2 split. And then maybe just because he's really powerful, maybe a Tombstalker. What about that? And then, this is too many of these effects. We should only maybe run 2 Drowns. And then... Okay, Kyrie. But yeah, that's an idea with the Evolution, is try to skip straight to something like G-Brand. And let the G-Brand do the work. Worst case, if they path it, or have a Terminate for it, you draw 7. Where's our green? Okay, Evolution. Okay, and then where's our black Tombstalker? Is that the only black we're gonna run? But again, this is me taking out the curve entirely. Like the way the deck's built right now is Snap doesn't really evolve into anything, which is worrisome. So maybe you do want to Tusk in the main, and then the Noble Hierarchs don't evolve into anything besides Snapcaster, which is fine. It's like turning your Evolution into a Snap, into a free spell. So, you know, unless you want to actively run some 3s, like, I could see main decking like a Kitchen Finks, so that at least the Evolution, like, Hierarch has some options of what to turn into. And then Snap into Tusk seems... Or no, I did my math wrong there. Snap could go to Obstinate, excuse me. Yeah, so Snap can go to Obstinate, Hierarch could go to Finks, and then everybody else is going to Grizzlebrand. What about running Sakura Tribe Elder, Land Ramp, and Fuel for Delve? That's fair. I mean, the issue with Drown of Filth is it doesn't... Against opponents that don't have creatures, it's not good. That's true for enabling our shenanigans. Yeah, but what's up, Cosfine? I did look at your list. I was thinking of the way I would take your list, Cos. We'll do it on another stream because right now I'm doing Ike's. But I did look at... I wanted you to know I did look at your list. And... my first thought was maybe getting a little more... Actually, it's right here. I was looking at it. Was maybe focusing the deck a little bit more on Obsidat's aid. I think that Omniscience is certainly powerful that's not being abused in Modern that could be. Like Obsidat's aiding powerful Planeswalkers or Omniscience, I could certainly see being a deck, and then we'll have to figure out the rest. I worry about the Enter the Infinite in your list because there's no payoff spell behind it. So if we are going to do something like Enter the Infinite Cause in your deck, we need to have something like a Lightning Storm. Something that, you draw your whole deck and then we get to kill them, Like, I'm all for drawing cards, but if it doesn't do anything, it'd be really sad for us to die because we didn't have a way to... Because, Enter the Infinite, you do have to kill them in the next couple turns. Anyway, I guess that's what the Elixir's for, but... I mean, I'd rather, instead of just, like, prolonging the game, I'd rather just, kill them. Anyways, friend, we'll talk about it more when we do your brew sesh, Kaz. Really excited, though, that you put in a deck list, man. Really excited you guys all put in deck lists. Pretty much everybody who's subbed so far has put in a deck list. Alright, so I like the Thrun. I like the Sideboard Calatus. I like the Damnation. I like an extra Decay. I love me some Notion Thief, but that probably won't happen, but maybe. I would totally Eldritch Evolution a Snapcaster into a Notion Thief. Right, let's run an Ooze. Woo! Raggett is now a BrewSpy operative. Maggot, thank you so much for hitting that sub button. I look forward to seeing what stuff you submit. Look forward to your deck list and your bot command. Awesome. Thank you. That'll be fun. I look forward to doing all the lists. There hasn't been a list submitted so far that I've like rolled my eyes at. Like, certainly don't think that. And Kaz, I'm sorry if I was a little harsh there. I mean, again, like the first time I play it, I might just play it card for card the way that you've designed it. The reason we're kind of stripping apart Ike's idea is Ike said he wanted to see what I would like to do with it instead. So that's the only reason we're doing it this way. Okay. But I feel like the bread and butter of this deck is the Grim Flavors and the Eldritch Evolutions. Those seem to be the glue. Yeah, those seem to be our glue. Delve spells, flares, scours. So what are some of the things we can benefit from? We are a little bit rampy, so we could run things like destroy all artifacts or exile all. Like your Fracturing Gusts, your the 4-mana one, which is let's see. These are just really powerful. There's some matchups that are just insane if you're able to ramp into this spell, and we're already a rampy deck. You take your affinities, your Bogles, your Lantern controls, like all of which have a hard time with something like Gust. I mean, there's Creeping Corrosion, I think is the card I'm thinking of, that's specifically for Affinity and Lantern. That was a little easier to ramp into, but cards like this certainly are powerful in this color combination. The blue offers us, like, we could run some Negates, or we could run some counter Squalls, so that's nice. Start cutting some of this. Costa sounds good. I built what I had in paper and used Beacons of Tomorrow. What about Glen Alondra Archmage? Well, what is Glen evolving into in our list, though? That's true. We need to finish the curve out, don't we? So what is Glen evolving into? I guess Glen evolves into Tazagur. And while that doesn't seem that exciting, I mean, we could run like a 1 of Grave Titan. I think I have a Grave Titan. Maybe I don't. I do. So then Obstinate or Glen. So we could evolve Snaps or Finks into one of these 4-drops. Because they're good for different matchups. You know, 4/4 body, good for the fair matchups. Glen for all the unfair matchups. And then we can turn one of these into the Titan. And the Titan, if we need to, turns into Grizzlebrand. Raga says, I think I messed up. You messed up? What? What'd you mess up, bro? Wish we had a way to shuffle cards back into the deck, because then I wouldn't have to run double Grizzlebrand. We could go a little more like 1 of Z. What about the Demon of Dark Schemes? Ragged, let me look. So, you were having some trouble with Game Wisp? It's okay if you did. You can just private message me what you want me to do. So, yeah, reasons to be in blue, reasons to be in black, reasons to be in green. But yeah, we'll have like some split of corrosion or frag. I prefer Gust because again, like I've seen some Vogels resurging. Also, I love the fact that this gains you life. I mean, like sometimes it gets affinity, you'll still lose even after a corrosion because it took you too long to find the corrosion, then you corrosion, and then it's like okay. Like, if we're able to ramp and we're able to consistently have 3 green, then Gust is just so much better because you gain the life back, and that's huge. You know, otherwise they can spike you with something like, a Gal Blast. Oh, you need to send your list. Unit says you're playing too many Delve creatures. Okay. I will take that criticism to heart. So maybe more like that. How long am I going to be live? I can be live for... I'm only going to be live for another hour. Because I've got work this evening. So we were only really going to do 1 list today. I stream... My longest stream is tomorrow, Kaz. My Sunday stream, I can stream the longest during the week. Sundays and Mondays I can stream longer. So I'm looking to do 2 lists Sunday. Or 2 lists Monday. So I got a few to get through now. So we just had some submitted today. See how many decks I gotta go through. I've got 7. Well, we're doing 1 right now, but I've got 7 plus whatever bullshit sends in. So maybe something like this. Frank says, I messed up and I need to send a list. Yeah, so check it out. So I just private messaged you on GameWisp. Well, I guess it wasn't private because I was showing it on stream, but yeah, you can do direct messages with me on GameWisp. That's what this is for. So I already messaged you. If you're having trouble submitting your deck list, go ahead, message me back here. It should be under messages. We'll cut 3, don't worry. So we got 21 land. Maybe we could cut down to 20. It'd be really greedy, though. We only have 4 Noble Hierarchs. I think we shouldn't change any of our mana, but maybe we change... Maybe we don't have all of our Thoughtseizes main. Maybe there's more like that. Maybe it's more like that. What decks am I going to play at GP Vegas? Probably some variant of Tin Fins, and then the modern deck I'll probably borrow through something like Spare Deck, and I'll probably play something I'm comfortable with, like a variant of Jeskai or Esper Control. That's what I played in the past, Esper or Jeskai Control. Cut counterspells seems hard to cast. What, Logic Knot? It will be. That's true. That's true. I mean, my concern with Drown is its sorcery speed. That's like, the benefit is it's a great enabler for a lot of what the rest of the deck is doing. I mean, now we only have 4 Delve creatures. So we can cut these. It's a pet card of mine, we don't need it. And then we can run another main deck Abrupt Decay. Alright, let's jam. So let me contact Card Hoarder and I'll get what we're missing. And we'll play it. So we need another Verdant. If you guys have any more ideas, definitely now's the time. So I'm going to try to get these. Another Breeding Pool. 3 Misties. Now is a good time to be, hey guys, now is a good time to be buying your shocks, it looks like. Like, the price between the two is very minimal. So if you want to get the classic, you know, Dissension Breeding Pool versus, I mean, like, look at that. It's not that much more. I'm very much about collecting the original arts on these, as you can see. Now's a good time to get into shocks, it looks like, price-wise. Misty. That's the lowest I've seen Misty Rainforest in a while. 12. I mean, yes, we're talking Magic Online, of course. Now, Grim Flayers are really pricey. Woo! 26 tickets a pop. Eldritch Evolution is not bad. It's $1. We need a Thrun. Oops. Yeah, I'm looking forward to looking at some more of these lists you guys are submitting. I really am. I very, very excited about Game Wisp. Very excited about having subs and serving you guys as part of the Magic community. That being a myth, it didn't make sense. Which one do I have? Shadowmoor? Yes. It's like the same price. Just want them to match. Matchy-matchy. That's everything, right? Okay. Any other suggestions before we submit this into Card Hoarder? Nightwing says I'm planning on playing Grixis Control. Oh yeah? Definitely seems like it'll be in a good place. I kind of want to have that one filth, just because. Not to be like, oh, just to say it's in the deck, but like I want to pull this card off somewhere. You know. Anyway. Yeah, all the non-blue. That's true. They are. They're super cheap. Alright, I'll put this in. Yeah, shout out to Card Hoarder. We would not be able to do what we're doing. This does indeed look fun, Square. We would not be able to do this without without card hoarder. Period. I mean, we made do those, 2-3 years we've been streaming without a sponsor like that. By the way, the card hoarder t-shirts are awesome. Just to give them another shout out. They didn't put me up to this. They didn't ask me to do this. They gave. I own both of these shirts. I'm happy that I do. They're very soft. Fit me right. They're awesome. So if you're looking for a nerdy dragon shirt and you want to support our supporters, get yourself that t-shirt. We had a bunch of subs today. I'm so excited. Thank you so much. Like, holy crap. I don't know what to say. Like, it's coming together. I'm really excited to... Granted, it's going to be work. It's going to be work. I mean, I'm going to have to do, with each and every one of you guys what I'm doing right now for Ike, brewing a deck and then playing it. But, I think it'll be worth it. All right, Square. You have a good one, friend? Bayou's only... Well, but Bayou sees a lot of play, though. Bayou's one of the few non-blue duels that sees a lot of play. I mean, occasionally, Scrubland. Plateau, no. Barely. What's nice about Legacy, though, is Legacy's so diverse that non-blue duels do see play somewhere. Like, each of those duels, each and every one of those duels has seen play at some point, the OG duel lands, but it's just the blue see so much more play. That's all that it is. Now I want to build red-green aggro for Legacy. Put that as your next list, man. I know it's pretty ambitious to say, and this is me and you guys looking at the sub program from. All right, cool. They're here. From the perspective of we just started this. I'm not sure exactly. Like, we're still feeling out how much time we can put into each and every list. What is it? Control A. The faster way to do that. There we go. But I want you guys to know sky's the limit. I mean, we brewed, one of the viewers submitted a Mardudu deck, and it had 3 Liliana the Veil. So, don't feel like you need to submit a certain price. And the only reason I'm able to do it is my sponsor, but, thanks to them, don't worry about what you submit. I'll be able to play it. Okay, Ikes. My next list will be Tron Walkers. This is really exciting. This is something I wanted to do for this channel like years ago. This is what we're doing right now, guys. Is exactly what I wanted to be doing. All right, so our heavy hitters are Baloth, Archmage, Titan, and Grizzlebrand. So we're going from 1 to 3. But since we have mostly Snapcasters, I wanted to have 4s. Yeah, that's why we did that. Otherwise, we would have a Thragtusk. But we have 1s and 3, but we also have 2s. So we have a lot of 2s. 2s go to 4, and the 4 goes to 6, and the 6 goes to... Yeah. I would keep this. Because this is us evolving Snap into either Baloth or... Mr. Ducky! Thanks for the host, Dorino, man. Appreciate you. Thank you. I was looking into Naya Super Friends. We had somebody else who submitted a Super Friends list. Interestingly enough. This gives us options. We're probably just thought scouring, but you never know. Appreciate the raid. Thank you. Faithless. excited. It's really the only word I can say. This means we're not having block immediately for the fatal push, but it doesn't look like he's about critters anymore. Well, there you go. We don't have to play the Force. We could play this Misty instead. Or we could see what the hell's going on over there. It might be worth it. So I'm thinking Overgrown, so we still can evolution on time. Well, I don't know if we're evolutioning next turn because we have to play the Snapcaster first. Don't get me wrong, this hand's really good. Like, this hand goes like Snap to Glen, or like this hand will take us to Grave Titan, even without hitting one of our Delve threats, the Mandrills or Tazagur. You think he's Storm, Mike? Okay, then we definitely should be Inquisitioning. So you put him on Storm? Oh, he's playing Polymorph. Okay. Well, hopefully whatever he's trying to Polymorph we can push. So we do want to snap, so we'll probably set up so that we can snap and step. So I'll need blue for that play. There you go. Probably end step, snap, Thought Scour. Probably snap, scour. Probably Breeding Pool here. Guess it doesn't matter because we have 2 green sources in our hand. Probably go for the Krenka's Command. Rough. So that means I have to deal with both of those Gabos, or we're facing down whatever he's polymorphing into. Okay, so I think we're going to snap. Actually, things have changed. We're going to snap push, and then next turn I can push evolve. I mean, we want him to go for it, don't get me wrong. We want him to go for the polymorph, but I don't want to be sitting on, you know, more than what we can handle. I mean, we still could snap Scour. I'm not saying that we have to immediately push. Again, we have the benefit of whatever it is that he targets with the polymorph we can just push. Maybe we just don't even care. I want to be proactive, though. I want to be snapping into something else, like the Glenelendra. Yeah, I'm actually just going to go for the Thought Scour. It's fine. Exactly, like, if we have Glen, we can just counter the polymorph, that's true. And that's why I grabbed the Watery Grave, so we could have either push or Glen up. That's why I was going for the Watery. Another snap. Cool. Don't want to attack here because he might block, and that would be problematic for our shenanigans. Ooh, I drew Hooting Mandrills. Actually, no, was I supposed to go for the Griselbrand? I know we're sitting here thinking we want the Glen really bad. Like, against some combo decks, this will just be super powerful. Next turn, we can go Hooting Griselbrand. Seems pretty good. This deck's sweet! Ike! Your deck has become sweet. Not that it wasn't sweet before, but this is hilarious. This is powerful stuff. This is powerful stuff. Okay, so do you just Glen this, or do you push it? I guess we just Glen it. But yeah, this is going to be sweet. Arcbound says actually you should be pushing it. Oh man, we drew Grave Titan, but we didn't draw the Grizzlebrand. This is gonna be a hoot. Even I found that to be in bad taste. I apologize, guys. Ugh. That was not kosher. List is looking sweet, says Kaz. It's coming along. I'll leave that up to you guys, though, Ike. I mean, like, so this was a different kind of brew sesh than we had before. Maybe we even want to put, like, an Iona in this thing, you know? I don't know. The fact that we could literally have a turn 3 Grizzle, I think is gross. Because, like, Mandrills and Taziger is something we can do as early as turn 3 if we have, like, a Thought Scour. Or a bunch of fetches. Yeah, he's had enough. He had enough. You don't want to play no more. Alright. Drown, no. Can't have a sorcery speed removal in this kind of a matchup. I think there are matchups where it'll be fine. This is not one of them. Okay, Glenn seems way better than Baloth, so we'll take the Baloth out. He has a lot of draw, by the way. He had a bunch of draw spells. Can we run this? The things we're trying to take are not Inquisition sized, by the way. We want Thought Seizes here. Polymorphs CMC4. So maybe we'll just do that switch. Decay is kind of seems really expensive for what we're trying to do. Be better off with I don't know. Do we really need the Finks? I guess that gives us something higher to evolve into, but honestly, we don't really want Finks because we want... I don't really want to be evolving Noble into Finks in this kind of a matchup. Honestly, I'd rather just, if we do Eldritch Evolution, a Noble Hierarchy would be to a Snapcaster or a Grimflayer, but I doubt we're going to do either of those plays. I also feel like we need to diversify our card types because we do have Delirium in the deck in the form of Grimflayer. Like, maybe we need to add some enchantments or whatnot. If I wanted you to stay close to my list, I would have said something. Fair enough, Ike. We did kind of go crazy. I'm just realizing now how very different I went with your idea. Yeah. Something like Bauble. Bauble's a freebie, yeah. Bauble, that's a good idea, Kron. Like a Bauble or two. They're expensive, but makes sense. Let's just run a couple of these. I mean, like maybe. I mean, again, like the way that we lose is the polymorph, and Decay does interact with that. You know what? Let's stick with the Decays. So I got a little bit less than an hour left that I can stream before work. Really excited about all the new subs today, guys. Thank you so much. I can't wait. So it looks like Ragged, you submitted your deck list this way. I see it. Perfect. This hand's fine. It's just like turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 3 Thoughtseize. I'll admit that this is something similar to what I was proposing when I wrote an article about Eldritch Evolution a while ago. This is something, I guess, a little similar to that, but this feels more refined to me because that deck was really rough around the edges. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, so he's creativity-ing. Cool. We talked about this card. Not on stream, sorry. I talked about this card with J-Bone. That it could be like another sort of polymorph-esque card. Mm-hmm. Another way to cheat in like I guess because it's X. Well, no, it's X target. Well, no. Yeah, it's a multi-target. So in this case, but anyways, let's just take one. Kaz says Saffron Olive had a list for this. Okay. I don't think you double block the flare. If he did, he wouldn't have a token for his combo. Goblins. I like that this deck, though, even though we're kind of trying to be combo-centric, like, we're able to... There's a lot of damage we're about to take, but worth it. He's got a remand. I feel as though... nice, got there. Yeah, I feel as though, even though this is sort of a combo, it's also just potentially just a really solid... I'll link this one. So you can take it with you, Ike. Put it on your refrigerator. I don't know, just messing around, friend. Red Baron says, streaming during a GP bold move. You're about to make the same bold move. Red Baron, are you going to be... TJ, are you going to be live soon? Because I have to get off my stream in about a half an hour. So, we can keep playing this deck for a little bit. I don't have time to brew another. That wouldn't be fair to one of you other guys doing your brew session for only a half hour. I tried to ballpark it. I tried to do it for about an hour. I'm shooting for like an hour or so. So why don't we play this deck a little more? It's a lot of fun. I'm having fun with it. I'm enjoying it. But yeah, TJ, if you go live before I have to get off, I'll host you, friend. It's in 5 hours. The home stream's tomorrow. Crap, I thought it was today for some reason. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha, Tej. Gotcha. This deck's sweet. I could definitely see... playing a few more games with this. Yeah, this is so Ike had like a bug rampy deck, and then we kind of took it down a different path, with his permission, of course. I mean, I want you guys to get out of your deck brewing session, whatever it is that you want to get out of it. Ike said he kind of wanted to see what I would have done in these colors, so seems interesting. I'll see where this goes. It's got 2 cantrips. Yeah, so we're like evolving delve creatures, or we're evolving up a chain, so to speak, in case he's playing Troll. Oh, we can just grab a Watery Grave. Hit a Kitchen Finks, not that exciting in this matchup. Thoughtscour again, hoping to hit a land. Oh boy. Oh boy. Uh-oh. You do get a brew session. Just not today, because I'm gonna go offline soon, and I want to give you guys over a half hour for each brew session. I'm trying to shoot the sweet spot. I think Red Baron's gonna be an hour or more. I think that's fair. But it's still in in the testing phase. I'm not sure. Whew. I'm not sure exactly how long or not long we can do them. We are indeed in trouble, TJ. Indeed in trouble. So he's got double Sylvan Scrying. I could try to take him off that, but he could still piece together Tron anyway. But we'll try for it. So take the Sylvan. And we'll save the Thoughtseize down the line for taking something big and scary. How about those planar bridges? Mine could be somewhat short. Well, I want people to feel like they're getting, if not the same, at least similar treatment. Every deck list is going to be different, and every day that I stream, I may not have as much time as I'd like. So there's that as well. Kind of like actually Snap Inquisitioning or Snap. Yeah, I actually could see us going Snap Inquisition and take the Ancient Stirrings he has. Yeah, because this is what's going to really lend itself to. That's most likely what gets him there. Like he hits like a chromatic or a green source, and then he's able to ha called it. Okay, we drew an evolution, but no. Alright, so we're gonna take the bridge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll take a bridge. And maybe that's wrong. Maybe it's still supposed to take the brutality. Need a second green source for us to really kick this off. Yep. Well, we're in trouble. Now we lose, probably. Aww. Yeah, we put up a fight. Yeah, we're toast. I mean, we could stick around to see what kinds of things that he's cheating out. Just to know. But we're dead. Yeah, this card's pretty good. He's gonna wait till I swing into it. Okay. Probably just getting an Emrakul. Yeah, he's probably just getting like an Emrakul. Maybe he's getting Ugin. Yeah, he's just getting an Emrakul. We wanted to know. We did. Alright. How do we board? Squalls. No Finks. No thanks, Sphinx. Glenn, for sure. Thoughtseizes, yes. I actually am still going to run the Inquisitions. They still hit some targets. And then Gusts. And let's cut Titan. Let's cut Drown. Decay maybe stays because it hits map. Maybe we want more of that. We don't want the pushes. So I'm short a card. Just to clarify, I am recalled. I was indeed ever cooled. We were dead. Alright, what's our last card? Titan, Thrun. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? How's it gonna be? We did indeed get Evercooled. I guess we'll just run the Titan. Sure. Sure. Why are these here? These are here. It's more like this, and then you get the point. Run the damnation, says Kyrie. That wouldn't have saved us there, though. He put it in instant speed. I'd rather just remove the... Because he's not always going to have... I mean, there he had the mana... Or no, he wouldn't have had the mana to play Portal and then activate it in the same turn. White Damnation. What about something like Venser? That could be a good addition. Guess we keep this too. This is rough, but we keep getting these one-landers. But Double Thought Scour makes me want to keep it. Damnation. I think I still lead off on Inquisition because sometimes you get to snag a like an expedition map from your Tron opponent. Sand just got a lot worse. And we can really wait on this Thoughtseize. Like we're better off scouring for a bit here. Oop, we just milled over 2 lands though. We're off. No. Oh shoot. That's not good. Yeah, that's not good. Oh, he does have power plant. Oh boy. Land, please. Not always, TJ, just most of the time. He doesn't have Tron yet. He has to play it out, so... we can wait a little bit on the Thoughtseize, but we have to take that Worm Coil. I wish we could sit on the Counter Squall. We'll only be able to sit on the Counter Squall if we draw a land, which we did. Gives us the flexibility to do both. Yeah, I mean, if he has nothing to do with all the mana in the world, we're good. We've got Counter Squall protection for a little bit here. If we draw another land, we can play Grim Flare, still have Counter Squall up. Thought Scour. But then I wouldn't have the Counter Squall up. Rough. I think we just have to sit on these two. Because there's several things in his deck. I'm assuming the Squall beats. Won't beat Wormcoil, but it might beat everything else. Sure. Yeah, I think the only criticism I have for the list so far, Ike, is that we need to make the Delirium happen more easily. So we need to add some artifacts and maybe even enchantments or planeswalkers of our own before I'm really happy with it. Eugene? Let's not do that. Shoot. Can't quite get a counterspell going, can I? The Grim Flare changes the clock here, so let's play the Flare. I mean, I'm really hoping he doesn't have... Nice! Got there! Really hoping he didn't have something else. And run it back. Tron does have cantrips, though. You could argue that the Notion Thief has a somewhat effect. A very minimal effect. Like their eggs, so to speak. Alright, evolve Flare into Glen. That's what the sand is doing, except the sand does not have black mana. So we have to mulligan. This hand's pretty bad too, but we're gonna keep. Damnation. I think I have to keep this even though we can't cast it yet. Leyline. Holy hell, Batman. Good thing my hand isn't full of Thoughtseize, is there? This is Bug, Captain Harris. This is indeed Bug and a Rug. But mostly Bug. Tron, baby. Oh, Tron. Actually, at this point, we just need this counter scroll. We have to hit another land that's not a forest. Whew. Sometimes cracking does help your chances to draw that, you know? Very minimally. Please be counter-squallable. Please. Please. Okay, I think we're sitting on this counter squall a little longer. Oh wow, he doesn't have anything going on. That is excellent for us. Drew the G brand, unfortunately. That's going to happen from time to time. Don't really care about having access to any of those again, so go. What about editing the mana base? Solemn Simulacrum Mana Worm Coil for delirium. Yeah, there you go. Like instead of Grave Titan run Worm Coil Engine? That's true, we could do that. That might... actually, that probably is correct. I didn't think about that. There you go, there's your artifact. Upping your artifact count for Flare. Step 1. Definitely would have played Grim Flare instead, help draw to the cards you need. So Swift Flame, you're definitely right in the right. I probably should have. Probably. I mean, we just have to hope the things that he's hitting aren't Worm Coils. It seems like most all the other threats in my opponent's list are counter-squallable, whereas the Worm Coils we would have trouble with. There's an O-Stone. Rough. No, we have to take care of that. I thought he was going for the O-Stone, sorry. I was a little trigger happy on that counter-squall. Trigger happy. Karn is also a problem. Let's not have that. I know he's still going to land this O-Stone, but we have a little bit of time to maybe hit something to deal. Oh, okay. So we don't. We're going to lose our board here, but we can follow up. So, do you want the Gust? Or do you want the second Taziger? He's also breaking his own ley line. That's true. Kind of just want the follow-up Taziger. I think I want this. I think we do want that. Yeah, I'm getting offline in like 10 minutes or so, guys. Yep, you got it. There's the Sanctum. It'll probably give us Noble Hierarch. I guess it doesn't make sense, so if I'm flaring and leaving something on top, I might as well not activate Taziger. So we're not getting... It doesn't make as much sense. How's it going, Robinson? Yeah, me too, Ike. Well, I'm going to save your deck list. I'm not getting rid of it. Yeah, you blow up the world. Alright, so... How about Noble Flare? What about just hardcasting Grizzlebrand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Then we're not worried about Wormcoil. Was this a brutality? So this brutality is like his last thing. You technically could just squall it. What modes did he choose? Reveal, take a card. Ah, okay, well, then we might as well just squall it. Actually, does this squall put him dead? Because that's going to be 2 damage. No. We don't have Delirium on the Flayer. I don't think we ever will with the current build. I think we're going to need to change some things, add some of our evolution targets need to be like artifact creatures, and then like if this was like a Wormcoil, and then maybe somebody said like run a Bauble or 2. Yeah, we have the Squall there, just because of the modes that he chose for that. Ooh, did I just punt? I meant to get a Black Source. Yeah, I just punted. No. No. Yeah, I meant to get a Black Source. I meant to get us a Black Source, but I didn't. Yeah, we only have 3 Black Sources. No! No! Grizzlebrand hype! Why? Sweet Kozilek. I think that's the game, boys. He's up to 7. If we just Grizzlebranded, we had this. If only we had Grizzlebranded. I mean, thank goodness that it's the practice room. I'd be really kicking myself for fetching up the wrong Shockland. We did have one more Overgrown Tomb in the deck. This Misty, or was it a Verdant? Yeah. That's awkward. I mean, this Gust cleans up a Wormcoil, but it won't clean up the tokens. So that's awkward. I think I'm still just supposed to pop this off. Yeah, we definitely had Black Sources still in the deck. Yep. Gosh, just threw it away. So he probably drew a Karn. Well, if he drew Karn, did he have enough mana to Kozilek and also... does he have an 8? If he has an 8, he can just counter this Grizzlebrand. No, he probably doesn't have an 8-drop to counter, but I'm assuming this is just going to get Karned. So, in one sense, like, would he have been able to Kozilek and then Karn away the Grizzlebrand anyways? We'll never know. I mean, obviously it was a misplay to not cast Grizzlies. Grizzlebees. Oh, there's the Karn. There you go. So I guess he didn't have it immediately. I mean, I would assume decks that this is bad against would entail Tron. We did take a game off this guy, though. So, we'll draw all the cards. We'll draw so many cards. So many cards. All these cards. This is what we were drawing to. Yeah, I could see turning the Grape Titan into like a worm coil, and then maybe getting some baubles in here too. Nah, no blocks. Alright. But yeah, like a Mishra's Bauble. It's kind of a freebie. It's kind of a freebie. Like little freebie ways to kind of get the, get everything going. No, I like it. Well, we'll mess more with it. We can cut my pet card so it's better. There you go. And then maybe that's like too much push. Yeah, we'll try that, Ike, in the future. Yeah, I did put your name on it. I'll be putting your names on all the deck lists so I can find them more easily if we want to go back and explore them. Last week, or earlier in the week, I should say, excuse me, we had, what were the other ones that were submitted? We had Boring's Invincible Gifts, which we did take to a league, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to do with all the decks, all the deck decks. Because I feel like sometimes, this was already fleshed out. I feel like if the deck's already built, it's easier for me to take it to a league. Whereas if the deck's not already built, I'm probably just going to spend most of the brew session brewing with you. And maybe, again, thanks to Game Wisp, we can make different tiers, different levels of subscription, so that maybe we'll make a second tier that's if you just want to see me play League with something, you know. But anyway, that's something that's down the line. That's not something I'm concerned with right now. Right now, I just want to get you guys sending in deck lists and us just between you and me brewing them and having fun with it. You know, let's not make it anything super serious right now. Let's not worry about siphoning tickets, because honestly, we're not. Like, we took his list, Boring's list. We tweaked it a little bit with him in chat, and then we took it straight to a league almost, and went 4-1. The only thing we lost to was Tron. What else? We played the Mardudu deck. I think I did take the Mardu deck. I don't think I took the Mardu deck to a league. I think we spent more time brewing it. That was Abba's deck. I did save that deck. What did we do with it? Yeah, Mardu Expertise. This was Abdo's deck. He was just using Expertise not as like a combo enabler outside of Boom Bust, but more so for value. This is his list. This is the 3 Liliana list. But I mean, I made some suggestions. Like had like a Blood Baron in here. We did play some games with it though. Like, I think I'll always want to play games with the lists. It's just whether or not we have time to run it through a league or not. I certainly don't today because it is 4:29. And I've got to get dressed and go to work. So, appreciate you guys tuning into the stream. The stream schedule is up. So, I have a more regular stream schedule going on than I have in the past. Which is good. It's good to be on a schedule. It's good. It's a good thing. So, let me go ahead and pull that up for you guys. For those of you who didn't know that I updated the panels below, I did. They look nice. They're also all updated information. So, if you're one of my new subscribers today, do not worry. I've got all your stuff here. Really looking forward to seeing what you guys turn in. And again, like, I guess, you know, we'll figure out, you know, if I have to flush out the deck more, it probably means not taking it to a league. Whereas if it's already finished, we will. I guess that's kind of for now what we'll do. And then maybe later we'll add different tiers of sub, you know. That's something. That was one of the mods was talking to me. I need some more light in here, jeez. And they were saying one of the things they're worried about is, like, are you really going to have time to do a full-blown brew session for every subber for $4.99 when leagues cost 10 tickets or 120 points? I was like, I don't really care, is what I told him. Initially, I don't. I just want to get you guys doing it and sending in decks. So, if it's already finished, we will. Anyways. Yeah, regular streams. I know, right? Here's the schedule for now. The only ones that have an asterisk next to them, and I really should clarify what that asterisk is for, otherwise what's the point of the asterisk, is... So Tuesday and Thursday streams are tentative. In other words, they may not always happen. Those are the times that I could squeeze in a little stream between classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I may obviously need that time for studying or etc. Like, for example, this coming week, I don't think I'm streaming Tuesday or Thursday because I have a big test. It's a take-home exam for my thermal applications class, so I'm going to be spending time on that test. But, yeah, I mean, definitely Mondays, Saturdays, and Sundays, with the big streams being on Monday and Sunday. But yeah, if you're interested in looking at the Game Wisp, if you're another streamer out there, I know there's a couple people. TJ, you're one of them. This is definitely Game Wisp is something you should look into. This is really, really cool. You don't need to be Twitch partner to manage and do subscriptions. Really, really awesome. And again, like, this whole panel is just really sweet. Being able to keep track of everybody individually with their perks, or just going off this and see, like I have 11 brews I need to do. Okay, you know. Anyways, but I will see you guys. Thanks for the brew. See you later, BrewSpy. Yeah, and don't forget, next month, if you resub, I will do another of your lists. So that goes for everybody. If and when you resub, I don't want this to just be a one-time thing. I want it to be recurring. A criticism I have of the Twitch subscription community is, and plenty of people out there do it right. They have recurring rewards. So something that you don't see, that I would like to see for more streams, is recurring rewards. In other words, it's so weird to see a white donation. Is whenever you guys resub, I want you to get another deck tech. Yeah, good old thermodynamics. Gotta love it. But, I mean, who here thinks that's cool? I mean, I feel like if I was subbing to a channel, I want recurring stuff. I want something that's going to renew, and I get more value out of the $5 each time. So I want you guys to feel that. And some of these guys, you know, they got their sub off of a game code. Some of you guys, Ike, you were one of them. And I hope you certainly feel like I'm not treating you like a second-class citizen just because your first subscription was free. But most of these now are actually, these were paid for stream subs. So, agreed on a renew model. Yeah, I mean, like you know, like what if you didn't enjoy the first time I brewed your deck, Speakio, right? Or what if you're like, oh man, you know, like the day after you sub and you send in a list, you're like, I wish I'd sent him this list. If that's the case with one of you guys, if you change your mind, let me know through the Game Wisp chat. So go to direct messages and just message me. That goes for everybody. If I haven't done your deck tech yet and you have a new idea, just go ahead and I'll read those later, Speakio. No, I'm not going to read that aloud on stream. Send me a message on preferably Game Wisp, but just send me a message, get in touch with me, let me know, and yeah, I can change it. You know, I think being flexible is going to be something that has to work with this new sub model we're doing, because it's not Twitch subs, it's not a Twitch subscription. You're getting something different, you know. So instead of getting cool emotes to use all over Twitch, I'm giving you guys a different kind of a service. So I really need to fulfill on that. But yeah. Ike, I'm going to play your little animation again. Something that we didn't talk about. I know I've been focusing on the benefit of you guys subbing, and then the deck techs, the brew sessions with me, and then playing your deck live on stream and kind of tweaking it and talking about it, and maybe leaving the deck off in a better place, hopefully. Some of you guys have been taking me up on the bot commands. Some of them have been really hard to implement, because some of them are just redundant, actually, like Twitch. I don't know if you guys know this, but MTGBot has a lot of commands built in, a lot of commands. So, like, for example, one of you guys, your bot command, I think I can pull that up just to talk about it briefly before I go. One of the custom bot commands you wanted was, I think it was... Oh, it does not let me... Oh, okay, so I'm actually waiting for user input from all these, and I fulfilled the other ones. So I'm gonna send a reminder to these guys. But something that I did for two of them, for Bill Nye the CSI guy and also for you, Ike, was I just did an animation. That's, maybe I'll add that and that'll be something I can do. They don't take me too long to program. It's not that hard to do. So maybe you guys would rather just have an animated emote that I can use for the stream instead. So let me show you again what I'm talking about. So this is Ike's. Let me just play it one more time. So he said he wanted a bot command that was a combo breaker or combo killer or something like that, so I put this together for him. So maybe when we're comboing off, we can use that. Pretty hilarious. And then this was Bill Nye the CSI Guy's one.
Oh my.
Anyways, I think that's what we'll do in the future. Anyways, guys, if I don't leave in the next 4 minutes, I'm going to be late to work. So as much as I would love to stay streaming, in a lot of ways, this is the way I'd rather make rent money. You know, like be able to live. I'd much rather be streaming than working. I'm working at a restaurant, and I don't hate the restaurant. It's just I'm much more passionate about streaming and brewing with you guys. So we'll see how the sub program goes. If it does eventually make itself sustain. I mean, I'm only like at the restaurant. I make minimum wage. It's not counting tips, but I only make minimum wage there. It's not like it's a good job or anything. So. That's something maybe we'll talk about later, you know, in the coming months, if this sub thing works for the channel and takes off. And I'd rather take that time that I'm working at the restaurant 3-4 days out of the week and put that time back into the stream. I'm not saying I would take that time and I'm going to put that into my my other things. Like, no, I would like to take that time and put it back into the stream, if that makes sense. So That would mean that the sub money is still going towards the stream, and I think that's important. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be late if I don't leave, so let me host somebody and go. But, yeah, just hope you guys like all the new changes I've made within the last week. Hope you guys see that I'm definitely always trying to improve what we're doing here. I hope I've explained it, though, I Robinson. I hope everybody that's on the sub program understands exactly what they're getting. And then, for those of you who are on the fence or interested, but are like, well, what's this whole Game Wisp sub? What are you talking about, BrewSpy? It's just a different company. It's just a different way to manage your. In fact, I would argue that even if you're already a Twitch partner, that you should look into it. I was talking to, for example, TJ about it. Something that they could use for let's see. I'm going to send it to. Oh, you know what? There's another card holder streamer live, so I'm going to host her. All right, I'll see you guys. I'm heading off to work. Playing Legacy. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next show.
Really bad habit of leaving my TMs open.